My name is Thomas Kuhn, and I am the director for Murder Marsha. I've been involved in theater since high school. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio area. It's a little town called Painesville, and mine was the way that I started theater was through high school productions, and ever since then I've been doing high school productions, not high school, but I've been doing productions, whether it's doing the sets, whether it's doing directing, whether it's performing. So I run the gambit, let's say, for anything in regards to theater. Called Man of the Macho, and seeing a very difficult show come together, and which blew me away because it was just amazing how difficult a show can be and just be so wonderful.
Hi, I'm Steve Hamilton, and I'm playing Tobias Gilmore. I am the husband of Marsha Gilmore, who is the person who the play is named after. I generally direct shows. I'm not usually in them, as an actor. But there were a couple of shows that we did that were just remarkable that I happened to direct. One was Corpse, which was a murder mystery thriller that it had twins in it, but they were played by the same actor, so it was a very different sort of setup, and it turned out great. And another one that I did was I directed Little Shop of Horrors, which was a different kind of thing because you had to deal with puppets and you had to deal with all sorts of things as well as the actors, and so that turned out to be great. And probably the best show that I directed was Moon Over Buffalo, which my wife was in, and it was just a fun time the entire time from the beginning of rehearsals right through the show. It turned out great. My grandparents were members of the Milton Players. My mother's been a long-time member of the Milton Players, and I guess I was born into it. So.
My name is Kathy Larson, and I play Marsha Gilmore in the play. I was always really excited about theater and plays that I read since high school time, so I actually majored in theater throughout my college education. So I was a theater arts major and sort of went on, and then got to be a grown-up and said, I have to do some work now, and so I took other jobs, and I'm now a career counselor at UMass Boston, but I still love theater, so I have just gotten involved in as many local theater companies as possible. And since I'm from Milton, I very often get involved with productions in Milton and have been involved with the Milton Players as a board member and just as a general member, and also get involved in as many of their productions as possible. I always like to participate as an actor. Acting is it for me. It's an opportunity to express myself by creating a portrait of a character, either fictional or sometimes real. One of my favorite characters was Eleanor of Aquitaine in The Lion in Winter, which is not really a fictional character. She's a real person, a bit fictionalized in the play, but that was very interesting and fun to do. It was fun to be a queen for a while. But I like the fictional characters too, and the zany characters like Marsha in Let's Murder Marsha.
The one thing about this show is that it's really fun. It's a really funny show. Mostly like the movie that was called Suspicion with Cary Grant and also Joan Fontaine from 1941, where Joan Fontaine thinks she's being murdered. This is the same situation with Marsha, but this is more farce. So it's very funny. Marsha gets wrapped up in thinking that she's being murdered, and she incorporates other people to help her do other things that I do not want to disclose. But again, it's very farcical and very funny.
I think this is going to be a really, really fun production to watch. I think there's a lot of funny little bits in this play, and all put together, it's a completely zany production. It's been very, very fun to work on, so we're all having a great time, and I think that that's something that audiences enjoy. I know that when I see plays, I can always tell when the actors are enjoying themselves and when the people who've worked on the production have enjoyed themselves. It somehow comes through, and I think that creates enjoyment in the audience. And so.
It's just fun. In the middle of the winter, we need something to go out and just have a good time. And I mean, a lot of times there are very deep and emotional types of things. This one isn't one of those. This is just a chance for everybody to come out, have a good time in the middle of the winter, and have a few laughs. And I think that's more important than anything else at this time. So. Well, I hope it's going to be my performance, but if not, as I said, I just think that it's just a fun night out, and everyone will enjoy it. Come on down. There's cabaret seating on the Friday and Saturday nights, and with wine and cheese and refreshments. So come on down. Bring your friends.
I think audiences, particularly in times when they've seen a lot of troubles in the world, or we've had a lot of economic troubles, there's been a lot of tragedies in the world with tsunamis and earthquakes, and I think when those times happen, there's a real desire to just sit down and laugh, and it's part of what we do as human beings to heal as a civilization. And so I think people right now want to laugh, and this is the kind of play that will hopefully keep them laughing, and they'll have a great time and go home and just feel more lighthearted.
I think that they will enjoy the different characters that are in here, because and relate to the different characters. They might find one character that reminds them of a family member themselves. But mostly they'll be so easy, the 2 hours of just sitting back and laughing.